You've seen the lines in front of White Castle, In-N-Out Burger, and Starbucks. These places are packed with customers. And how many times have you been into one and thought, I want to own one of these, only to find out that the company does not franchise? So today we're going to answer the question, why do some companies choose not to franchise? And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Franchise Frankness YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up if you've ever been to a business that you want a piece of. So let's start with a different question. Why do companies franchise in the first place? Well, many companies choose to franchise so that they can grow at a faster pace. By implementing a franchise model, they can increase their numbers by taking on franchise partners. Each partner opens up one or more units, and before you know it, the concept has exponentially grown in a short amount of time. Another reason companies choose to franchise has to do with cold, hard cash. That's right, generally speaking, the franchisee is footing the bill for the construction, the inventory, and in most cases, training for the franchise. So with that in mind, let's go to our original question. Why do some companies choose not to franchise? Reason number one, they don't need the capital. This doesn't require a lot of explaining. If a brand is already well off and capable of expanding without capital infusion or without business partners, they simply don't need to franchise. So reason number two, the franchisor stands to make more money by not franchising. Royalty rates for franchises can be all over the board, but generally speaking, they hover around 5 to 10% of gross revenue. So for a store that pulls in, let's say, $1 million in gross revenue, the franchisor gets anywhere from about $50,000 to $100,000 per year per unit. If that unit is a corporate unit, the profit may be as high as 20%. So the company stands to make substantially more from a corporate unit at $200,000 than from a franchised unit. A third reason some companies choose not to franchise is that there may be strict operating standards or procedures that are difficult to replicate. So many young companies try franchising and they do an about face soon thereafter. They'll buy back their franchise stores and make them company owned and just move on. Well, why do they do that? Well, one reason is quality control. If a product or service rendered at a franchise location is substandard to the original, the damage to the brand image can outweigh any potential profits that a franchise unit may bring in. So in short, it just isn't worth it. And yet another reason a company will choose not to franchise is that they don't want to deal with business partners, and that includes franchisees. Now, sometimes dealing with business partners can be tough, and you as a franchisee are a business partner to the franchisor. So imagine that your business partner wants to change the menu at his restaurant, or he wants to make up his own marketing campaign using your logos. You'd likely object or at least ask to review that change. When a brand chooses to franchise, they get these types of requests on a daily basis. As a franchisor, it can be tough to regulate the actions of your franchise partners in those regards. And a fifth reason why a company may choose not to franchise has to do with branding, culture, and perception. So creating a brand takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of hard work. And conversely, destroying a brand takes very little time and hardly any work at all. That notion is why a lot of companies choose not to franchise. Company culture is the cornerstone of the brand, and often the experience is just as important as the product or the service. Cultural differences between the franchisee and the franchisor reverberate in a big way in day-to-day operations. This idea is so prevalent, it's featured on most episodes of Undercover Boss. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can check out our other videos on all things franchising by clicking right here. If you're watching this on Facebook, I'm going to leave those same links down in the post below. There's a like button right down there that lets us know you care, so click it if you liked this video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.